Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes on the first day of meteorological summer and the start of hurricane season. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town. And by the way, they have everything you need with respect to dealing with hurricane season as far as supplies are concerned. They've got lots of stuff in stock. And the website is omnitruevalue.com. Wholesale holiday lighting by Giannini, your complete holiday lighting specialist, meeting all your decorating needs at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, New York, 631-957-5106. Whether you want to get your home decorated or maybe you want to do this as a business, give them a call. Their website is liholidaylighting.com. So I don't think we need to be reminded, or maybe we do, as far as the weekend was concerned. Obviously, it was a disaster for those of you who had planned trips this past holiday weekend. The rainfall was about a month's worth of rain that fell in 72 hours, and the rainfall amounts here in general were on the order of 2 to as much as 5 and 6 inches in that small area you see along the New Jersey coast, southern Monmouth County, northern Ocean County, for example. You had several inches of rain, 2 to 3 inches back into central Pennsylvania, and you had these patches here of 3 to 4 inches of rain that covered many of the big cities up and down the I-95 corridor. So we needed the rain, we needed to wash the pollen out of the air, we needed to alleviate the dry conditions, but the timing of it obviously was not good. Now, as far as today is concerned, we are seeing some high clouds streaming eastward, and that's due to a trough of low pressure in the upper atmosphere and a developing cold front that's triggering off showers and thunderstorms from Texas on northeastward, and you can see the clouds streaming to the northeast. So we're just going to probably have to deal with these high clouds during today. There will be sunshine through that. I think we'll call it no worse than partly sunny as far as the weather conditions today are concerned. It looks like there'll be more sun as you head south down in toward Virginia, and a little bit more in the way of high cloudiness perhaps as you head up into New England. But there's no precipitation risk. There's no rain risk here for today. And as far as severe weather is concerned, the Storm Prediction Center showing a marginal risk of severe weather from New Mexico east into parts of Louisiana and Arkansas. That is for today. For tomorrow, Wednesday, the area of risk shifts eastward. We have a risk remaining in southwestern Texas, but it appears from northern half of Mississippi northeastward into southwestern Ohio and southern Indiana. Notice that they have the general thunderstorm line drawn down along the Hudson River to western New Jersey and into Chesapeake Bay. So from there westward for Wednesday, there's the chance for some scattered thunderstorms late in the day, but for areas further to the east and along the coast of New England, there's no issue. Now, Thursday's the day we are going to get a cold front, and we mentioned last night on the Joe and Joe Weather Show that I would not at all be surprised to see a risk area being generated by SPC, and indeed they have, with a slight risk of severe weather from southern Virginia up into, not quite into northeastern Pennsylvania. The marginal risk extends up into northeastern Pennsylvania, the Catskills, the Hudson Valley to about New York City, and then on south and west to just inland of the coast. I think the south wind here, or the south-southwest wind with a bit of an ocean component, is probably going to limit thunderstorm development in areas east and northeast of New York City, which is why SPC is not showing any risk there. And from those storms, be it the scattered storms that are around on Wednesday inland or whatever we get on Thursday, and I think there's going to be a decent line of storms that'll probably develop out of this. We're looking at rainfall amounts of anywhere from a half an inch north and east of New York City to 3/4 of an inch to 1.25 inches as you go west of Philadelphia and eastern Pennsylvania down into northern Maryland. Also, notice the big rains back down in Texas and over in Louisiana. Additional rains from what has already fallen, so there'll probably be some flooding risks there. we're talking an additional 3 to 5 inches of rain, and in some places even 5 inches or more. So let's just take a look here at where we're going long range, and I'm just reviewing back here in the upper air where we had over the weekend the bottom of this trough that dropped into Ohio, formed a cutoff low, created this southerly flow along the eastern seaboard, and of course we had the rain from Friday into Saturday with one wave, and then a second wave developed with the upper low. That has obviously kicked out to the northeast. We're getting a bit of a ridge here in the east being driven by a high out near Bermuda. So that is bringing up warmer air, but because the surface winds and the position of the surface high is offshore, the winds along the east coast are going to be pretty much from the south for today and for tomorrow. They should go more southwest on Thursday, but the south wind is going to hold temperatures down a bit, area-wide. And then the important thing to look at in the long range, now here's the trough for Thursday. It reaches its peak strength to our west Thursday morning. It weakens a bit as it moves eastward, but there's still a fairly decent shortwave that moves on through here to produce those thunderstorms for late Thursday. After that, that trough pulls out. It's not going to do what the last one did, where the bottom of it just kind of lags back in the Ohio Valley and tortures us with rain for days. Instead, it moves right along, and that's because a big ridge is going to be building into the eastern part of the United States over the weekend and into next week. And that ridge, by the way, is going to be positioned, the upper ridge is going to be positioned somewhere from the eastern lakes in through central New England. So this is going to open up a door for a pretty solid warm-up as long as the surface winds remain to the west. And as we go through next week, that ridge holds pretty much all week long. It's not until late next week that we start to see the jet stream from the north trying to come down a bit. So we are going to be going into a very, very warm weather pattern after we get rid of what is coming our way on Thursday. So we'll just run through the surface map really quick. Obviously no issues today other than partly sunny skies. Not expecting anything to happen. The wind will be west-southwest, so that will boost temperatures up through the 70s today. Wednesday, the high out to the east means a bit more of a south wind, and you see those showers that the GFS has tomorrow morning, central and western Pennsylvania, into Ohio, down into Kentucky, Tennessee, and Georgia and northern Alabama. The most of those showers are west and north of the coast, but we have to throw in some inland risk here for later tomorrow into tomorrow night. There probably will be some clouds around on Wednesday, along with sunshine, especially near the coast, probably partly sunny skies near the coast, and more clouds inland. That will keep temperatures in the 70s. And then on Thursday, as this cold front approaches, we notice that we see some showers and storms developing along the coast Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Bit of a warm front tries to go by, and then the cold front approaches with some showers and storms late in the day Thursday, and then they move on through. Again, let's recognize the severe storm SPC's severe weather risk. And then Friday, weather conditions improve somewhat. Got to wait for the upper trough to continue to move through, which is why you see some showers there in northern Pennsylvania and upstate New York. And then over the weekend, here comes the west wind. We should have sunshine for Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures both days will be in the 80s. Starting on Sunday, we'll probably see temperatures try to run up to the middle and upper 80s. And then next week looks to be very warm to borderline hot. I'm thinking on at least one of these days, starting from as early as Sunday, but certainly from Monday and beyond, as long as the wind direction behaves itself and there's not too much of a sea breeze, we're going to see some temperatures probably approach the 90-degree mark, especially inland. So for more specific forecasts that are directed to your area, you can subscribe to my weather platform on Patreon. That's patreon.com/meteorologist Joe Cioffi. And Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon for the best prices in town, 6317-561125. The website omnitruevalue.com, and Wholesale Holiday Lighting by Giannini at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst, 631-957-5106, and their website is liholidaylighting.com. Want to finish off with the fact that it is the start of hurricane season. We have a tropical storm out in the eastern Pacific, which is not going to bother anybody. It's a fish storm, Tropical Storm Blanca, And as far as the Atlantic is concerned, of course, usually this time of year, you're going to look for possible development in the Western Caribbean and in the Gulf of Mexico, and sometimes in the Southwest Atlantic. There's an upper low that's spinning off the coast there of Florida. That you see that the rotation, it's not a tropical system, that's a cold core system. And also note out in the tropical Atlantic, where you seldom get activity this time of year anyway, but you see that sort of hazy shading there on the satellite moving from east to west. That is actually Saharan dust, and this is a time of year where we do get a lot of Saharan dust production, and that tends to inhibit tropical storm development. The Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight will be at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 9 o'clock. So a late start tonight for the Joe and Joe Weather Show, and that's on my YouTube channel, Joe Cioffi. Okay, it was Weather in 5 twice. It turned out to go over 10 minutes. So enjoy your day, and we will hopefully see you later.